Welcome back. We have Susan Johnson, who is here on behalf of the Faith Community Nurse Program, but that's actually Health Ministries and Nursing Outreach with Hoag Hospital. Well, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
That was such a mouthful. I hope I got it all in. So you are a nurse, but you also are in charge of a couple of other things. So let's talk about the program that you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm with the Faith Community Nurse Program, Health Ministries, and we are a spiritually based health and wellness, preventive health type of program.
Okay.
And so I am employed by Hoag and work out of the Center for Healthy Living in Newport Beach. But our nurses work throughout the county. They're volunteer nurses for the most part. And we partner with 46 churches, mosques, and synagogues throughout Orange County.
Okay.
And so the nurses are primarily volunteers, maybe 10% are paid by their churches, and the nurses set up the programs that meet the needs of their particular congregation.
Okay.
So it's our way of being able to provide community health in the communities where the people are already congregating.
Okay. Give me an example of some of the things that they would set up, like what kinds of programs for each community.
So I would say that one of our nurses that is employed by her church, and she works maybe 20 hours a week, so she does a lot more. So she does things like assisting the clergy with home and hospital visits. She might go with a client to a doctor's visit, explain what the medications are, explain what the doctor just said, explain what the discharge plan really is, that sort of thing. They also set up things like health education, bring in speakers, set up support groups. A lot of our churches have older congregants, and so a number of our nurses are doing grief support and caregiver support. And then depending on the needs of the congregation, they might have other types of support groups in place. The nurses will do blood pressure screenings, we do flu clinics, some do health fairs. So it's kind of like, you know, a faith community nurse is sort of like a jack of all trades, and you know, depending on what the needs are.
So how would you know, like if I was to go into, you know, my local church just here, who would I ask for something like that? I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that.
Well, you would ask the clergy, and they probably would say, we've never heard of this before. So you need to reach out to Hoag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Hoag Health Ministries, Faith Community Nursing. So if you Google that, then they would get information on it.
Okay.
And we really are trying to grow the program and become more diverse, and we're open to churches, mosques, synagogues, and all faith traditions.
Okay. So that way, so if you are wanting to know if there is someone at your specific church, they should just go to what you said in terms of Hoag. Okay.
Yes.
And then they could find out through them as to whether or not their congregation has someone.
Well, kind of.
Okay.
So chances are that the particular faith organization may not have heard of us, and likely they have not. But then they could reach out to Hoag to find out what we can provide for them, and then they would recruit a nurse, typically from their own congregation.
Oh, okay.
Because then that nurse would know the religion, they would know the congregation, and they would know the sort of the spiritual needs of the congregants.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what it is that you do. I mean, how long have you been a nurse?
Oh, quite a while.
Well, forever.
So, yeah, exactly.
Has it always been at Hoag?
So no.
Okay.
No, I've done a variety of things in the past.
Okay.
But so my background is critical care nursing, public health, I've done office administration, I've done teaching, and so this role as a faith community nurse manager sort of brings everything together.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is your responsibility? Obviously to promote the program, or do you also interview any of the nurses that come through?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I usually meet with the nurses one-on-one when they're considering going into starting a program in their own congregation. And so then I'm able to explain a bit about the program, and they can tell me about their backgrounds. And then we also provide a 5-day training. So we really train the nurses on the whole person concept of body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, great. So you're bringing them in, kind of giving them the Hoag philosophy.
Right.
Perfect. Okay,
exactly.
good. And then you also do flu shot clinics, I hear, which are in the fall. How does that work?
Well, so I feel like a big part of my job is logistics and event planning.
Okay.
And so with the flu clinics, they have grown over the years. When I started, I think we went to maybe 30 some places, and now we're going to about 60 places.
Oh, wow, okay.
So the faith community nurses receive vaccine and all the supplies, and they provide their own clinics at their own church, mosque, or synagogue.
Okay.
And then we do, my staff and I do a lot of the other clinics that we do we do one at Hoag Irvine, we do some at senior centers, and we go to about 20 some places throughout Orange County in the community to bring the preventive vaccine to them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's
That's
really good. So
well, then they don't have to, I mean, people who might have struggles to try and get to the location, you're actually going. And I'm glad you said the senior center. We have a very active senior center here, and hopefully you come to the senior center.
Well, now that
here.
sounds like that could be something.
Yes, yes. So I'm sure that would be something that would work. Anything else? Anything else that you'd like to share with us? I mean, are you looking, sounds like you're looking for people who are nurses that would like to participate.
Correct.
Is there, obviously you have to be a nurse, any other specific requirements?
So a nurse, and then you have to have a supportive clergy. So that's one of the things that my staff and I will do. We'll go meet with the clergy to explain the program and what the requirements are and that sort of thing. But it's such a rewarding program. Mm-hmm. The nurses who do this say things like, I've been waiting for this job my entire life.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a really, you do a lot of things for a lot of people, and we would just love to expand the program, expand to new congregations. We don't have any that are specifically, Korean speaking or Japanese speaking or yeah,
Perfect.
We're looking for diversity and growth.
And those that want to help.
That's right.
Right, which I'm assuming most nurses do anyway. Well, thank you very much. It was very nice to meet you.
Well, very nice to meet you
and
too.
And good luck with your program.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And remember, if you would like more information about the health ministries, you can always go on the website at Hoag and look up health ministries. We'll be right back after this.